So today I'm going to talk about locomotives, different types of locomotives. This video is geared towards the new person coming in the hobby. It's kind of like, I guess you could say, an educational video, buyer beware type of video. I'm going to talk about what to buy on eBay, what locomotives to stay away from, what locomotives to buy. If you're new to the hobby, you have two types of locomotives you can buy. You can buy DC, or you can buy DCC, or you can buy DCC ready. What DCC ready means is you can literally pull off the shell of a locomotive, drop a decoder in, and put the shell back on, and wham, you're set to go. DC can always be converted to DCC. It's just that you have to hardwire the DCC chip into the locomotive. It takes a lot of work. DCC installed is basically what it says. It's got the DCC chip in it already. Type of locomotive manufacturers out there currently to date, because everybody's buying everybody up right now, is Kato, Atlas, Fox Valley, Intermountain, and Walthers, which I believe was Bio Lifelike, I'm not too sure. And there's a couple other ones. So this is basically towards end scale. I mean, you can, HO guys, if you're getting into HO, you can follow this pecking order too. But I'm not too familiar, so Atlas may be better than Kato in HO. I don't know. I've never dealt with HO that much. So let's start off with what I think is the best. Personally, I like Kato. Kato has a good locomotive. When you're looking on eBay, especially on eBay, and you're going to buy something, you see a locomotive and you're looking at it going, damn, that's a good deal, because they only want $30 for it, $5 shipping and handling, and nobody's buying it. There's a reason for it. 10 to 1 if it's in a blue case. It's an older locomotive made prior to probably 1990, and it's only DC. And if you want to make it DCC, you have to hardwire it into the locomotive. It involves soldering and removing some metal and stuff, kind of like a pain in the butt in my opinion. But if you're looking at something like this, and this color box right here, this is Kato's newer locomotives. These are all DCC ready. Basically what it means is I can pop off this shell off of this locomotive, remove a couple of screws, take out the light board and pop in a DCC chip, and I'm good to go with DCC. Good locomotives. Top of the line in my opinion. Lately I've been hearing though Kato's quality has kind of gone downhill, but I haven't bought a new one in such a long time. I can tell you. If I'm on eBay looking for something like this, I'm not going to pay more than $80 for this thing. Because if I'm going to pay more than $80, I'm going to buy a brand new, in my opinion. So just be aware of that. And I mean, $80, and you better be either one doing free shipping or charging me like $5 shipping. I'm not paying you $10 in shipping. Next locomotive on the pecking order is, in my opinion, we'll go with Fox Valley. Fox Valley is a newer company. I don't remember. I think they've been around for like 10 years, maybe a little bit longer. But this is a Jeep 60M. Fox Valley. Runs like a Kato, in my opinion. When you first get them, they run really rough, I'll be right now, because I don't think they put any lube into this motor. But once you put the lube into it, runs really quiet and smooth. This was DCC ready. I bought the DCC chip for $20 and just plugged it in. It was ready to go. Next locomotive on my brand is Atlas. Atlas has basically changed the color of their boxes. I believe now it's gray. Their newest locomotive, if you buy a locomotive and it's got a gray box, it means it's probably its most current release. Again, if you're going to buy on eBay and they're retailing it for like $107, I would say probably buy it. But if you go onto some other websites like Walthers or Hobby Link or something, they might have it, and they might have it cheaper, with shipping. Pros and cons. This is one of the older ones. It's a newer line though. It's a blue box. This is probably the run before the gray box, I'm assuming. So, DCC ready. Another thing how you're going to know is it's going to say Dakota ready if it's not DCC. That means that you can pop that shell off of the locomotive, pop in or take out the light board, pop in NCE chip usually, and you're good to go. And just got to program it. Prior to that, the box looked like this. This was probably made early between 90 and 95. This was probably when this guy was bought. Or actually, this is the one when I bought it back then. So again, Dakota ready. Same thing as the other one. You just pop the shell off, comes right off. Prior to that, there's a box that says Atlas Classic. Be careful with that one. Make sure it's DCC ready if you're going that route. Otherwise, if you're just going straight DCC, buy it. Good locomotive. Besides that, I would say Walters. Walters Jeep 60s, new Walters stuff in the gray box. Good stuff. Most of that stuff nowadays is DCC ready. Prior to that, nothing was DCC ready. So if you're going the DCC route, be aware that it's probably going to run like crap anyways. I've got a couple Jeep 20s, as a matter of fact. It's somewhere on this layout. I just don't know where it's at. But I have an Antler, I have a Lifelike Jeep 20 that came in a blue box. Even though it's DCC and it's hardwired and it's been tuned, it still doesn't run as great as your Atlas and Kato. Anything made prior to 1990 is junk, in my opinion, because Atlas was in its, or N-scale was pretty much in its beginning stages, as you can say. Next in the line is Bachmann. This is a Bachmann box, an older Bachmann box. This was made prior to 1990. I can put money down on it. This is what the locomotive looked like. As you can see, it's a truck-mounted coupler. And it looks like a toy, and it runs like a toy. It runs like crap. So if you're looking to get in operation, stay away from that stuff. Another one you're going to want to stay away from, Bachmann Spectrum is a good locomotive in N-scale. All the newer N-scale locomotives now come in a case like this. This is what they call a jewel case. You're going to see these on eBay. And they're going to be worth like, they're going to ask 50 to 20 bucks. I dropped this guy on the floor. This I bought in 1989. Runs like crap. I don't know why I still have it. But I've seen these things go on eBay for 30 bucks. Plus $10 shipping and handling. That means that locomotive's 40 bucks. That ain't worth 40 bucks. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for it. And honestly, I would not put that on my layout because, again, it runs like crap. Your newer locomotives from Bachmann look like this. This is a newer locomotive I inherited from somebody. It's a little steam locomotive. Runs pretty decent. Not bad. It's DCC. So there's your pecking order. Other than that, all I can say is, as far as the eBay thing, you know, experienced modelers can look at something on eBay and know when it was made, how much it's worth, and basically shy away from it if we don't like what it is, unless you like collecting. The way eBay's working these days, it's, in my opinion, it's somebody trying to make money. Back when it first started, when I started buying stuff on eBay, it was because you were a model railroader, you were trying to get rid of some stuff, and you wanted to pass it on to somebody else that's gonna use it. Lately, it's been a bunch of people going down to estate sales, buying stuff from some dead person who the family didn't want the model railroader stuff, and throwing it on eBay like it's new, you know, and they're wanting outrageously thousands of dollars for this stuff when it's not worth it. So, with that being said, that's my opinion on the pecking order of locomotives. Most of my locomotives on this layout are Kato Atlas and Fox Valley. I've got a couple, like I said, life lights on here, but that's because it was given to me and it was inherited from somebody, so I keep them. They run pretty decent. I use them in the yards. That's about it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this video was somewhat informative for you guys. And subscribe, leave comments. Don't leave comments. I guess. But I guess I'll wrap this up and quit rambling. So if there's anything you guys want to hear me talk about, leave it in the comment section. And if I get enough suggestions, I'll do a video on it. It seems to me like my last video about trucks and couplers was pretty helpful, so I decided to do this one on what type of locomotives to buy when you're getting into the hobby. Also, another thing about locomotives, for some reason these manufacturers aren't making locomotives like they used to. I mean, for example, if they came out with a line of locomotives for like those Jeep 6, like that Jeep 60 I showed you, back in the early 90s, you could go to your local hobby shop and there'd be like 50 of those locomotives sitting on the shelves. And you could wait 6 months because you didn't have the money and go back and you'd buy it. It seems like these days they ask for a pre-order, and if they get enough, I guess, people to buy into it, then they make it. If they don't, they discontinue it. Which is wrong in my opinion, but hey, that's the nature of the beast this day. Oh, another locomotive too to stay away from is Concord. Don't buy Concord. Concord's crap. Concord's always been crap. It's kind of like the Yugo of the model railroading world. It always has been, in my opinion. Now, I probably just offended a bunch of people who love Concord. Hey, more power to you, but you're not going to see that stuff on my layout. I've owned Concord. I know friends that own Concord, and it's collecting dust. So, on that happy note, I'm going to end this video. So, keep checking back to my channel. More videos to come. Talk to you.